Hey friends, and welcome back to the Reddit Rainbow. Y'all, how do y'all feel about pregnancy and engagements? Which one's more important? I want to know what y'all feel about that. And also, what do you think about jealous siblings? If you've been following me for a while, you'll know about my psycho in laws, okay? I am no contact with my in laws and have been for almost 11 years now, okay? I want to know how y'all feel about this story called Am I the Asshole for Getting Engaged a Month After My Fiance's Sister and Ruining Her Moment with My Pregana Nancy? Listen, I, 24 female, am currently pregnant. The pregnancy wasn't planned. It was a one careless weekend, and now we're here kind of thing. But myself and my now fiance are trying our best to get ready. For background, my fiance and I have been together for 4 years this August. Marriage has been something we have talked about and agreed on, but my fiance was always anxious about what ifs and wanting everything to be perfect. About a month ago, his younger sister, 25 female, got engaged, and since then, she's had this is my year type mentality, and I've been all for it. But then we found out I was pregante. My fiance took it as a sign that he was being a chicken and needed to make the next step happen of getting married. So he proposed. Nothing flashy or big. He just recreated our first two dates, and then we ended the day with a barbecue at my parents' house. She had texted my fiance about how we overshadowed her and that between the pregnancy and the engagement, we've stolen all the attention. She said she was tired of having to hear about us and how excited her aunts were while they were at her house helping her plan for her wedding. My fiance and I aren't even planning a wedding right now. Hers is next August, and we're kind of preparing for a baby. His sister has also always had a short fuse, especially when it comes to my fiance. For example, last year when we all attended a wedding, my fiance was kind of the life of the party, dancing, socializing, getting people hype. He was literally voted life of the party by the bride and groom. The next morning at breakfast, his sister went in on calling him an embarrassment and an attention seeker. My fiance has a lot of social anxiety, and I finally understand why. But to the main issue, we recently stayed with his parents for a weekend because they wanted to celebrate the Pregana Nancy and the whole first grandchild. Most of the weekend was great. We went to the beach, hikes, dinner, but the whole time his sister was just visibly upset and making passive aggressive comments. Things really blew up while I was washing dishes. His mom came in to tell me how I shouldn't be doing that and that I should be resting. His sister laughed and said, I thought we weren't supposed to roll out the red carpet for unwed, unplanned pregnancies. His mom screamed her name, and I responded with asking what her problem was. It turned into an even bigger argument with screaming and a screaming match where his mom was crying and pulling his sister away, and both fiancés, the dad, came from the den to see what was going on. After, my fiance told me I shouldn't have responded to her and made everything worse in an already stressed relationship. My goodness, I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a really hard time reading these words. I'm sorry. Part of me feels like because I know things get really intense with his sister and that conflict really hurts and messes with him. But also another part of me feels like I shouldn't have to just take her bitching just to keep the peace that clearly isn't there. That's the end of the post. Okay. Uh, just terribly written. But I understand what's going on, and I don't, guys, I really don't. But Jesus, at the near the end there, I know they must have been absolutely frustrated and emotional, but it was definitely difficult to read. When you're writing your stories, guys, remember to read it back to yourself to make sure it makes sense. Okay. But anyway, all right, guys. I think that you're not the asshole here. Um and unfortunately, in the comments, it seems like people kind of also misunderstood what you were saying, because the first comment seems like the person seems to be confusing your mother-in-law for being a terrible person. Here, I'll make it a little bigger, but look, it says, I interpreted mother-in-law's reaction like, shh, don't tell him we said that. I responded directly to that person and I was like, I would like to disagree because I'm a woman and I definitely remember my mom telling me as a teenager, don't be getting fucking pregnant because I'm not gonna fucking pay for no baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? I remember my mom telling me not to get fucking pregnant, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it read more to me like she was just throwing back the lesson her mom told her when she was a teenager, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, now because she had an unplanned pregnancy, we're celebrating that. That's what that sounded like. But unfortunately for the sister, I bet you the mom was exactly like my mother when I came up pregnant. You know, I like how I still call it came up pregnant. I was damn near married, you guys. I had already been with Slappa for years and we just came up pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like we just were pregnant one day. And then like I called my mom in tears, like, oh my God, mommy, I threw my life away. She was like, girl, you grown. Like, you're supposed to be having children. Like, this is the natural next step in your life. You know what I'm saying? So, like, my mom didn't come at me with that weird response anymore. She instead encouraged me and was like, it's okay to be pregnant. You're grown. You know, like, it's all right. But that's not what was happening here. I think that just the whole time, the sister was just being a fucking bitch. And you know what's even crazier still is like, you know, my whole psycho in law story. My sister in law also was mad jealous because we were the first to get pregnant and we were actually the first to get engaged. She wanted to get married before we did. It was actually insane. She wanted to be married months and months before us, but somehow it kept falling through. And then she ended up getting married like 1 month before us. And it was just the wildest, weirdest thing. And apparently it was chaotic as fuck. The people didn't even show up that were supposed to show up. The person who was like facilitating didn't even show up. Like it was like chaos, okay? Those type of people are the worst. And I hope that OP is very careful because I want y'all to remember what happened to me. My sister-in-law attacked me, okay? She got so jealous and hated my relationship so much with her brother that she ended up attacking me, okay? So I hope the OP like watches her fucking back, okay? That lady is not anything to underestimate, okay? Let's not underestimate the person who is insanely jealous and has already attacked the lady who just found out she was pregnant a couple days ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, guys. I'm just saying. Be careful. All right. I can't wait to see what you guys say in the comment section. Y'all know it's my favorite part. Y'all join the Discord. Show me your pets. Join me in the live react. I want to see what you say. I also want to hear what stories you want me to read. Go into the suggestions. Send me an email at vibesanddelights@gmail.com. I'm wishing y'all a good night. What do y'all think about this story? I don't know. I just feel like the OP's walking the same path I did. I'm gonna be so honest with you. What do y'all think? Love you guys.